Hey, what's up guys? Sean here from Plus 2 Soul, subbing in for Chris. So tonight, or today, whatever, we're going to be doing a deck profile on Fate Stay Night, or Zero, right? Fate Zero? Yeah, Fate Zero. So J.Lo here is going to show us how he runs his deck.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So this is a complete servant deck. At level 0, I run 3 of these King of All Kings Archer. By itself, it's a 4K, and it cannot be reversed by opponent's abilities. As a first turn or second turn level 0, at level 0, it's a very strong beater, and it's pretty hard to get over without the opponent putting some type of things up. The second thing is a Kiritsugu, Stalk Suicider. Its first ability is I don't use it in my deck. The second ability is a Stalk Suicide, which means when this card is reversed, if the opposing card is a level 0, then they put that card on top of their stock and then take the bottom card of their stock and put it in the waiting room, which is useful for getting some troublesome cards off the field, and also for burying climaxes that the opponent might have triggered. Those are the main beaters. As for other cards, they're mostly utility, such as these supports. Karia, it gives plus 500 to all servants. It's a global support, which is pretty dang strong. And sometimes when I just have it on, I can just throw it out and it'll still give 500 to every, in the front lines, and it'll still give 500 to every servant. Another card I have is this Saber Brainstorm. It's just there for milling, really. But if for every climax I hit, I can give a servant plus 2k, which you can get some things, you can get over some things pretty easily. Last 3 cards on level 0 is a Irisfield. When this comes to play, you pay 1 and then discard 1 card from hand, and then you look through your deck for any master or servant, which in this deck you can search for anything except herself. For level 1, I run these level 1 Berserkers. It's a 1/1 servant, and it has Clock Encore, which makes it so you can maintain hand and also maintain field. Second card I run 4 of is 1/0 Archer. It is 5k, and if the opponent has 4 or more characters on field, then it gains plus 1k, making it 6,000. Last card is this Lancer counter. It's a 1/1 counter. It gives 1,500, and when I use this ability as a backup ability, I can give an extra 1,000 to any servant on the field. So I can just give it to the same character that's battling, or to another character that I know is probably going to lose without that extra boost.
I built this in the other games. The bug armor.
As for level 2, I don't run very much level 2, but I have these supports. It has a climax combo I don't use again, but it gives plus 1,000 to all servants, which make my level 1 pretty beefy, and for the rest of the game, very strong and hard to get over. I also run these 2 basic 2/1 counters, counter for 3k, not much else about it. I also run these 2/1 vanilla from Fate Stay Night Rider. Again, this deck is pretty simple and it just buffs things up pretty strong. And with the 2/1 supports, it gets to 10.5k. It's pretty difficult to get over.
Which was this one, right?
Yes.
I have a rare scarab somehow.
Lastly, I have this one event here. It's level 2, pay 2. Search for any 2 royalty cards from deck, which is basically any rider, besides that Fate Stay Night one, any archer, and any saber. And it's pretty strong, especially for my level 3 game. For level 3, I run 3 of this rider.
which is from the booster pack.
Yes, it's the booster level 3. Its first ability is it gets 500 for every rested character on the opponent's field. Meaning, if every single card, if they have 5 cards on field and they're all rested, then this gains plus 25k. I mean 2.5k. Its second ability is also whatever it reverses on the turn it comes out, you can pay 1 and send it directly to clock. And its last ability is pay 2. On Encore step, pay 2, and you can send this card and any other card on the field to memory, and next turn it'll come back. Next are these extra pack riders, which heal on play, and also when there's three or more other servants or masters on the field, it gains up 1k. So it's just sitting there at 11,000. Lastly, I just have this archer in here. It's just there for the heal. I probably should put the TD Saber in there because it actually does a bit better in this case, but it's there for the heal. Anyways, as for climaxes, I run 8 gates. It doesn't matter what they are. It just has to be 8 gates. It could be the Mimic, or I think that's all the gates in Fate Stay Night or Fate Zero. Yep.
Alright, you want to explain why you run, like how your your combos and stuff like that?
Sure. Level, just go. At level 0, you just sort of build stock and maintain field with these, while you slowly just start building your hand and collecting these. You want around 1 or 2 of these by the time you hit level 1. If your hand is pretty bad, then you can search out anything you really need with this. Especially if you get climax screwed near the beginning, you can just search this out and find and just start milling yourself, trying to get all your deck through. At level 1,
I'm like so fucking buff right now.
At level 1, you're gonna have these in the back line supporting, while you have probably 1 of him and these 2 out. If you have 2 of these backline supports up, then this will be a 65. This will be a 7.5, and this will be 2 7s, which is pretty dang good for. Pretty much, these 2 are free, and this one you can just keep alive through clock encoring. If there's a particularly annoying level 1 or 2 even, you can just counter over it with this. This can counter up to 10k, this can counter up to 9.5. As you go through the game, you're most likely going to keep on relying on your level 1s to get through the game. And to keep them useful, you would normally throw these out and slowly replace these. You would slowly replace these on the field. You don't really want to overplay them. You most likely want to just, like, as stuff dies, just throw them out. And if you have 2 of these, we'll be giving 2.5k to everything, which makes everything pretty dang strong. This will be a 9k. This will be a 8.5. Which is as strong as most level 2s on the field. At this point, I use this for bad situations, the 2-1 vanillas. And if I get this, then I'll get this, and it helps to prepare my level 3 game. When I hit level 3, I have to decide whether I'm ahead and I think I can go for a game, or I should start playing a more trying to maintain my field and such. So depending on how I feel the game is going, I would start pulling more of these out to send stuff directly to clock, or I would just start pulling these out just to heal all over the place. With the 2-1 supports, these will be sitting at 13,000, which is pretty dang strong. Not many cards can get over it. It doesn't really matter if they kill it, really. because you run 8 gates, and by then your deck's pretty compressed, and you'll most likely just keep on pulling these back into hand and playing it next turn. That's pretty much how the deck works. It's a fairly simple deck that just relies on buffing your characters and having a few cards just to pull yourself out of bad situations when you're put in them.
Alright, cool. Alright, thanks J.Lo. And alright guys, this was +2 Soul. If you guys can subscribe, like the video, maybe comment, and like our Facebook page, which is in the link below. And there's also a deck list, so check that out. Alright, thank you guys. Laters.